To today's Matchday -1 press conference to preview the Champions League game against Lille. There is a translation service available on this press conference today. If you select at the bottom of the Zoom menu interpretation, you can choose your language of English or French. If you would like a question, please use the raise hand function on Zoom and we'll get round to as many people as we can. We're going to start today's press conference with Moose, Ian Abrahams from TalkSport. Unmute yourself, Moose, away you go.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Excellent. Much has been made of the fact that Romelu Lukaku only touched the ball 7 times on Saturday at Selhurst Park. One, are you bothered? And secondly, how can you get him to touch the ball a bit more often, maybe against Lille tomorrow?
What can I do? I don't know. Now we have to deal with it. I mean, there are data out there and the data speak a certain language, so he was not involved in our game. It's sometimes like this with strikers, if they struggle a bit in self-confidence, if they struggle a little bit to find the space and to get involved against a good defensive side. It can be like this, and this is of course not what we want, and of course not what Romelu wants, but it's also not like it's not the time to laugh about him and make jokes about him. He is in the spotlight, of course, and we will protect him because he's our player.
Nick Purewell.
Hi Thomas. How are you fixed on the injury front? Are any of the guys who you've got doubts over? Is anybody available? Obviously, like Callum and Cesar and how Mason and Reece James getting on as well?
Aspi looks much better than Callum. To start with these two, Callum did not train yesterday. Aspi trained and has no reaction. So if it stays like this, which seems to be, when it stays like this, he's available for tomorrow. Mason did a very good individual session. I think he will try to come back to team training today, but he was out a little bit, maybe too long to start. But perhaps he is involved in the squad. But we have to. He had not trained with the team yet, and Reece is still out and Chile out.
Christophe Lemis.
Oui, bonjour Thomas.
Bonjour.
Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien?
Oui, très bien.
Formidable. Je voulais vous poser une question à propos de Thiago. Je voulais savoir s'il arrivait tout simplement à vous surprendre. Et aussi, est-ce qu'il y avait des choses qui ont changé dans vos rapports? Et évidemment, il était capitaine à Paris avec vous, mais il n'est plus à Chelsea. Est-ce qu'il y a des choses différentes que vous attendez de lui, que vous voyez, enfin, voilà, dans vos relations et dans ce que vous attendez de lui? Est-ce qu'il y a des choses qui ont changé depuis Paris?
Honnêtement, la connexion était très mal. Je n'ai pas compris, je n'ai pas attendu toutes les questions. C'était de Thiago, mais et un peu plus, c'est un peu trop vite. Est-ce que vous pouvez penser la question encore?
Oui, bien sûr. Je me demandais tout d'abord si Thiago arrive encore à vous surprendre. Et deuxièmement, est-ce qu'il y a des choses qui ont changé dans ce que vous lui demandez, dans ce que vous attendez de lui entre le PSG, où il était votre capitaine, et aujourd'hui?
Mais bien sûr, les circonstances sont différentes parce que c'est un nouveau club et il y a des règles, il y a une atmosphère différente. C'est normal parce que tous les clubs ont une atmosphère spéciale et c'était une atmosphère spéciale à Paris et maintenant c'est le même à Chelsea et le club de Chelsea ils ont une mentalité aussi une mentalité de gagner, une mentalité d'être fort et de jouer comme une équipe forte avec des joueurs avec grande expérience. Pour moi, c'était Thiago, il était très courageux de prendre une décision de jouer dans la Premier League dans son âge et avec son statut à Paris, de changer sa vie complètement. Et il était formidable depuis son arrivée. Et maintenant, c'est le même. C'est un grand plaisir d'être le coach de lui. Parce qu'il est un exemple tous les jours. Il est très très humble, il est super professionnel, il joue exceptionnel. On a trouvé une formation avec, dans beaucoup de matchs de jouer avec le 3 en défense et il est super fort en milieu. Ça, il donne beaucoup avec son expérience et oui, c'est seulement bien parce qu'il est super fiable et il est le même gars et j'ai l'impression qu'il aime beaucoup, qu'il a eu le courage de changer sa vie à la fin de la carrière et c'est très impressionnant.
Paul Gilmore, Sky Sports.
Thank you. Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Thomas, the big games keep coming for you at the moment. What impact will the fact you have a cup final and another big Champions League game next week have on the selection this week, and how do you prioritise and manage that?
Yeah, not so much in the moment. We don't manage so much. It's about like for us in the moment to keep on going and find our rhythm where we struggle a little bit. Like there's no secret. It's a bit strange, to be very honest, to have like 2 league matches in Premier League in 6 weeks. It's really strange because it is always nicer and more familiar to sink into a competition and you know there are so many different levels of games now and we play a match and if you look at the table, some teams have 3 matches more than the others. Like it's a bit strange to understand the situation in which we are in the Premier League and you know if it's like this, I mean it's on the other hand nice because it tells us that we are still in a lot of competitions, what is our target, and it shows us that we are competitive and we take it match by match more than ever before. We tried always like this, but now is the moment to really be super focused on every little match and don't worry so much about the big picture because it will like make us look at a lot of different pictures and a lot of different environments. It's a huge difference between all these knockout matches, all these like a semi-final in Abu Dhabi, a final again in Carabao Cup, then suddenly a knockout match in the FA Cup that will come up. It's a big difference because like of course Premier League is a marathon and Premier League is not about knockout matches, it's about consistency. So it changes a lot, the environment, and we have to adapt because it's our schedule. But in terms of team management, we don't think ahead at the moment. We try to bring the very best group tomorrow that suits the best to what we want to implement on the pitch, and then we will take care about Sunday's match.
Matt Dunn.
Hi Thomas, back on the Lukaku conundrum, if I may. He's played 3 games all season with Reece James, and 4 with Ben Shaw, 4 with Reece James, and never with both of them.
Yeah.
Are you playing a different style to what you imagined this season because of those injuries, or does he have to work out how to play with Chelsea?
Maybe both things. I mean, like of course, every style changes with long-term injuries of key players. We played many games in the majority of the games in a back 3 with wing backs, and the 2 of the key wing backs are Reece and Chile, who got injured at the peak level. And they had a huge impact into our game offensively and defensively. Regarding Romelu, of course, also offensively with their runs, with their speed, with the penetration and their deliveries. So of course this changes. We are not the only team where players have this huge impact. And in a formation that we play, the wingbacks are crucial and are like a crucial position to influence the game. but still, we can also play and win games without any player. This is our job, and this is what we want to do. So we have to. This is what we try. Honestly, when we have injuries and when we have like corona cases, so and it's on us, on me, to adapt, to find solutions, and Romelu will always be part of the solution.
Jacob Steinberg.
Thanks, Thomas. I just wonder what you made last week of the change in the away goals rule. Do you think it changed the way that the games are played in the Champions League, and do you think it made it slightly more defensive? And might that suit you, given that last year you won the Champions League, only conceding 2 goals in the knockout stages?
Why do you think it will be more defensive?
Well, Real Madrid were quite defensive in the away game against PSG, and it felt like they weren't coming out because the away goal didn't mean as much.
Yeah, but I think in the end, I had the impression until now that it maybe gives us the chance to be a bit more offensive, because you can think about scoring and not be so afraid of conceding. So let's see. When we were asked at the UEFA meeting in coaches, I was like the majority, and I think pretty much all coaches voted and for this change of rule, to make it clearer, to make it more understandable, and I was never, I mean, I liked it because it gave it a kind of an extra edge in doing mathematics throughout the game. I understand that, and it was like also exciting, but at the same time I never fully understood why a 3-1 should be a better result than a 2-0. So like or like worse for one team. This is you can see it from both sides. Maybe it was harder to score 3, and this is maybe a better result than a 2-0, and to have a clean sheet to go into the second game. So. I like it because it's now it's clear. It's I think we maybe end up with more extra time and more penalties, because if you are now in even goals, it will go to extra time and you will not win by away goals. So let's see. We are aware of it, but it does actually, for us, I can just tell you, for us, it does change nothing in the approach of the game tomorrow. We will try to keep a clean sheet. We will try to defend good and try to attack as good as possible. If at all, it changes a little bit in the approach to the second leg, that you don't have to think so much like what happens if we score a goal, how much do they need. I think it's easier to adapt. Let's get the 2 games, get them played, do the mathematics in the end, count the goals together, and if it's not decided, go to extra time.
Okay, last 2 for Thomas. John Southall, Varman Osman to finish. John.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
How do you see the challenge of Lille? Because, I mean, surprisingly, they are struggling, or they seem to be struggling, don't they, in the French league? They're down in 11th.
Yeah, they do, and I think there are reasons why they do. They had a fantastic coach and a fantastic group of players. They were very, very competitive when I was in Paris. You could feel that this is a strong group, a strong squad, a very emotional club, very difficult to play at in the stadium. But the bond, the quality of the players, quality of the coach was exceptional, and you could feel that they have a chance to fight constantly for a place in the Champions League. So last season they became champions, which is huge in France, of course. And from there they lost players and they lost the coach. So there's a huge how do you call it, like a huge change. And like if the change is so big, there's a possibility that it takes some time until things settle in. Now they lost another key player in winter with Ikoné in their attacking formation, but still, you know, we all know like how physical the French football is. We know how physical the offensive players are in French football, very fast, very, very brave in one-on-one challenges, always a threat on counterattacks, very disciplined against the ball, and they have the chance that they have the chance to play this game as underdogs. and in a mentality where they have nothing to lose, and they will take it from there. So it's like always, we respect the game, we respect this opponent, we will prepare our team like we always do, and then hopefully find ourselves the best performance, which we usually do normally, and we usually do in knockout matches and cup matches, and play a competitive match tomorrow.
Last question for Thomas, Ram and Osman.
Hi Thomas, if I could just ask you about Romelu Lukaku game. When you took over, you said you're going to prepare a team that people would not like to play against. So it's clear that most of the time your defenders play very well. Christensen, Rudiger, all having really special seasons under you.
Yeah.
But the strikers struggle, like Werner is struggling to get goals. Roma scoring so well in Italy, and he's do you think about it? Is it a consequence of the way you've built that team?
Yeah, maybe. There's even a history of strikers struggling a little bit at Chelsea, so it's not the easiest place in the world for strikers. Obviously, I don't know exactly why it's like this, but obviously it's like this. In my opinion, Chelsea is a team that's also considered as a strong defensive team, that is a physical team, and this has a certain attitude and grip in playing competitive football. We demand a lot from our strikers in terms of defending. We want to be a physical, hardworking group. That is not shy to make it a physical game and not only a skillful game. And that's maybe plays a part. Yes, that maybe plays a part. We have many games where we, throughout like our year together, where we created many chances, many deliveries, and struggled a bit in the conversion. Now in the moment there's a bit of time where we struggle to create too many big chances for our strikers. I think this is maybe also a normal period in a long season. So we are on the subject and we are well aware. And like always in football, it's most of the time not a one reason to solve a problem. It's a very complex sport, and we try to keep on playing with faith in what we do and with belief in the team effort. And from there we go.
Okay, thanks everyone. Stay on the line please for the player who will be appearing.